Hi, my name is Wes Lee, and I am a toy photographer. So I first started toy photography probably back when I was in high school. That was back when Walking Dead was popular, and I started collecting action figures from that TV series. And I usually find them at my local store, and they're very cheap, and I thought they were like some of the most fun things to have. Uh, then I started to branch out into collecting other figures, such as Marvel figures and even Lego, for that matter. And if you ask me, I probably collected maybe too much. Yeah, growing up, I was very interested in photography. My parents were also photography hobbyists in a way, and they taught me a lot growing up. Um, and I guess, toys and photography kind of meshed well together. So, what is toy photography? Well, toy photography is exactly as it sounds. It is basically the photographing of toys, really. What happens is that you have your action figure and your toy, and you take it out. You venture around outdoors, and you find some really like cool spot, and you pose your figure or your figures for that matter any way you want, and you basically snap a photo of it. Toy photography is a creative outlet and artistic pursuit. It's a way for me to express myself. I will be honest, I am not the best artist, and drawing is very exhausting for me. But just kind of playing around with figures and trying to pose them and photographing them in a way is much more fun, I feel, for me. I'd have to say I like a lot of the Marvel characters. I feel like they have some really cool character designs. They're very colorful and unique in their own ways. Like their characters are very recognizable. I also feel like the figures themselves are very posable. I like to recreate, maybe some fight sequences, and also the faces I feel have a lot of emotion attached to them. For example, Wolverine looks pretty grouchy and angry. um, Spider-Man has this youthful kind of attitude to him, and Captain America has this very idealistic and moral sense to him when I photograph him. Well, right now I am kind of trying to play around with more special effects, and what I mean by that, I mean by more also, well, practical and also digital. Um, what I mean by practical, I plan to use some cool effects to make pictures more spiced up in a way. For example, I might use a stand to make my figures appear as though they're jumping or flying in a way. Uh, what I mean digitally, I mean that right now I'm kind of playing around with Adobe Photoshop in a way. It's been a lot of fun to use. So when it comes to toy photography, I definitely say you should go for it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to kind of play around with and revisit, characters that you've seen or known about from your childhood, and kind of have them interact with our real world. Of course, you're going to have to do a bit of yoga. If you know, you're going to have to really just get on the ground and try to photograph these micro scale figures, but the end results are going to be pretty amazing. You are only limited by your imagination.